Hi everyone, how are you? Good day to you. All right, so since we do not have our class today as usual, we are on our sudden public holiday. Cikgu Mariam has prepared a lesson for you, and I am here to guide you with the lesson. All right, so let me share my screen with you. Before we start our class, let's do our self-affirmation. Okay, so repeat after me. I am victorious. I am valuable. And I am the best. Are you guys the best? Yes, you are always the best. Remember that. Okay, so let's move on. Today you are going to, I'm sure you would have learned this. So you're going to do some revision on comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay. So what is comparative adjective? It is a word that describes a noun by comparing it to another noun, right? And the second is usually it ends in ER. So whenever you see a word with ER, you should know that that is a comparative and followed by the words then. Okay. So the next one, you can also use the word more before an adjective. Okay. If you use the word more, you do not have to add an ER. Remember that. You do not say more happier. That is wrong. You only say happier. Okay, so based on this, you adjectives means is how you describe your feeling, okay, how you describe something. So let's take the word happy. All right, so happy. Now how do you wait, sorry, now how do you change this to comparative? You add HAPP and the Y as usual, because there's a Y, you have to cut it off and you write in happier. Okay, happier. Then when you want to compare two things, when you want to compare a noun, let's say the bicycle here, the blue color, the blue bicycle here, okay, the blue bicycle here and the orange bicycle here. So there are two things. And if you want to compare two nouns, two things, you have to add the word then, because you're comparing, right? So how when you have an adjective with a Y, you just cut the Y, you add an IER. Or let's say you have a word that you can't add IER. How do you use it? You use the word more. Okay, right. Moving on. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're moving on to some activities. Okay, all right, I'm going to give you some time for you to write your answers down from number 1 to 20. I'm sure you can do a very fast job. So take some time, pause the video and write down your answers first before you look at my answers. Before we look at the discussion, I want you to write your answers first. All right. Okay, now let's discuss our answers. Okay. Okay, this is only comparative. Okay, so you either add the word more or you add the word er. Okay, but whatever you're adding, whether you're adding the word more or er, you still need to add the word then. Okay, more than, or with the word with the adjective er then. All right. Okay, so how about this one? The first one. What will your answer be? Is it new than or newer or more new than or newer than? The answer is newer. Okay. So how about number 2? Number 2 is long. Long, you have to add the word er, longer. Okay. As you can see, usually for a word that has about for if it's a very long word, okay, you will have to add the word more. You can't say expensive expensive. You have to say more expensive. So how do you write this? More expensive. All right, let's move on to number 4. Do you say more big or bigger? When you want to compare two things, you can say, this book is bigger than that book, right? Or if you want to use the word small, you can say, this bottle is smaller than that bottle. How about the word good? Can you say good, gooder, or more good? Some adjectives you will need to change the entire word. You do not have to add the word er or the word more. How do you say this? Number 6. You are gooder. She is gooder in cooking. Is that right? No. She is better. You use the word better when you want to compare two things. How about the word bad? Can you say better, baddest, better? No. You say worse. She is the worst person I know. For when you want to ganti the word bad, right? When you want to replace the word bad. Now number 8. What do you say? Fast. What is the comparative word for fast? Faster. Okay? You run faster than her. All right, good. How about the word thin? Yes, you say it as thinner. Okay? And you have a Y. You see the Y here. Pretty. Y. So what do you do with the Y? You cut off the Y and you add an I-E-R. So what do you say? Prettier. Okay, good. Number 11, what would your answer be? How do you say more slow or slower than? Yes, you use the word slower. You just have to add an ER. And how about this? Do you say beautifuler or beautifuler than? More beautiful, which is right. Yes, you say more beautiful. Remember, when it's a very long word, you usually add in the word more. Okay. How about exciting? You use the word more exciting. Very good. The answer is more exciting. How about the word fat? She is more fat than her, or she is fatter than her. You can also use the word fatter. Okay, it is correct. Number 15, clean. So if you want to compare two things or two places, how do you say? You use the word cleaner. Okay. 16, handsome. Handsomer or handsomest? Handsomer or more handsome? Yes. You say more handsome. How about number 17? More young or younger? Yes, you have to add the word younger. And the comparative word for large, more large or larger? Yes, you say larger. When you want to compare two things, you compare two phones. So this phone is larger than that phone. How about the word tall? Tall, taller. She is taller than him. Intelligent. Intelligenter or more intelligent? Yes, we say it as more intelligent. Just remember, when the word is long, you do not have to add an ER. You add the word more. Okay, how many syllables do you have in the word? You just have to see if it's more than 4 syllables, then you have to add the word more. Okay. Right, so let's move on. Okay, so the next exercise that you have is to fill in the blanks with the most appropriate comparative adjectives. Okay, so from number 1 to number 9, as usual, take some time, write down your answers, try to pause the video instead of looking at my answers, try to pause the video, and you can write down your answers. All right, take some time. Okay, now once you're done, we can discuss. Okay, we shall discuss the answers now. Cars, number one. Cars are, how do you say, faster than bicycles or more fast? Yes, you have to use the word faster. Cars are faster than bicycles. Number two, elephants are, you have to change the word heavy, the adjective heavy, then ants. So how do you answer this? Elephants are heavier than ants. Right. Number three, my brother is better than me at science. Am I right? No. All right. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer would be the word worse. Okay. So when it comes to the word bad, you need to change the entire word and use the word worse. Okay. My brother is worse than me at science. Number four, Mount Everest is than Mont Blanc. The word high. How do you say? More high or higher? Yes, you use the comparative word higher. Just add an ER. Okay. If you see the word then, you don't have to write the word. Okay. Snakes are usually long than worms. How do you change that into comparative adjective? Yes, you say snakes are longer than worms. Number six, February is cold or more cold. You can say colder than June. Chinese is difficult, more difficult than Portuguese. More difficult than Portuguese. I am more young or younger. Yes, you have to just add an ER and you say it as younger than my parents. My pencil, the last one. My pencil is shorter. Sorry. My pencil is shorter than yours. Okay, now have you got all your answers correct? That's a very good job you have done there. Good. So let's move on. Okay, so we have covered the comparative adjectives. Now we're going to move on to superlative adjectives. What's the difference between comparative and superlative? Superlative means you use the word most or you add the word est. Okay, it is where the word, it's a word that describes a noun by comparing it to another noun. Yes, it compares to another noun, but it is as if it is the highest. Okay, it is the best word. You compare it with many things. You do not compare it with two things. It's like you do not compare this pencil with this pencil. These are only two things, which means you need to use the comparative adjective, adding the word more or er. But when you want to talk about one thing comparing to many other things, that's when you use the word superlative. That's when you use superlative adjective. And how do you, what are the things that you have to do? How do you write it out? You have to use the word the before the adjective. Okay, remember, whenever you are using, whenever you're going to write superlative adjective, you must use the word the. Okay, the most. Yeah, next point is you have to add est at the end of adjective. For example, do you have any example? All right, how about let's take the word fast. So if you want to compare two things or two people, two nouns, you have to use the word er or faster, more, no, faster than. But how when it comes to superlative adjective, the word fast, you have to say the fastest. Okay, which means you're talking about that one particular thing. What that one particular adjective you're going to use, you have to say the fastest. Some word you cannot use ESD, so you have to add the most and the given adjective. All right. Okay. So let's try to do some activity. Okay. Let's play a game by changing the given words. All right. So now I'm going to give you some time as well. You have to write down your answers first. Okay. Pause the video for a while. Write down your answers. These are the adjectives given. You have to write the comparative and superlative forms of the following adjectives. Okay. So look from number 1 to number 10. Write down the comparative and write down the superlative. Remember, comparative is when you compare two nouns. Superlative is when you compare one noun to many. Okay, which means you are saying that is the best. All right. Okay, so take some time. Just remember, comparative means you have to add er or the word more, and superlative you have to add the word est, or you can add or you can just say most. All right. Okay, now you have written down your answers. Good, a very good job. All right, let's discuss the answers together. Okay. Now, how about dangerous? What do I say? Yes, it's a long word, right? So you say more dangerous than. Okay, remember to use the word then. How about the superlative? You have to add the word most dangerous. Okay, you can't say dangerous just, or you have to use the word most. You have to add the word most. And when you are when you have changed it to superlative adjectives, you do not have to add the word then. Then is only for you to compare two things, not many things. Okay, all right, so let's move on to number 2. What is your answer? Comparative. It is shorter than. She is shorter than him. All right. Okay, how about when you want to compare one person to all of them? Let's say Eileen is the shortest in the class. Okay, so you add the word the shortest. Okay. Here also you have to add the word most dangerous. You say the most dangerous. Okay. Number 3, comparative. What do you say? Cooler than. You compare two things. Oh, sorry, not cooler than. Cooler than. Okay. And how if it is superlative? The coolest. It's the coolest place on earth. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is good. Do I say gooder and goodest? No, that is wrong. How do I say? Go more. It is better. Okay. Let's say Alif is better than Ayman. And how do you use it as superlative? Alif is the best. The best. Okay. Okay. How about number 5? Do you say dishonester, dishonestest? Okay, no, you say more dishonest than. Okay, when you want to compare two. And what is the superlative? Most dishonest. Right? Okay. How about number 6? What do you say, number 6? Bright. You say brighter. Brighter than something. And you also, when you want to change it to superlative, you say the brightest. Okay, sun is the brightest. All right. All right. Okay, From number 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm sure you would have done, you would have completed your work, right? So check your answers. And we will move on to the next one. All right. So just remember, when you're changing an adjective to comparative, you have to use the word more and add the word er, and also use the word then. And for superlative, you have to change it to est or add the word most, and make sure you remember to add the word the in front of the adjectives. All right. Okay. Easy, right? Right. So, sorry, not quizzes. Before that. Okay, let's fill up the blanks with the correct comparative and superlative adjective. Also take some time for you to fill in the blanks first. Have a look at it. All right. Now let's discuss the answers, okay? Okay, just give me some time. Okay. High School Musical is a bad movie. So you want to compare with Scary Movie, okay? So it's, what is the answer? It's Scary Movie. It's worse. For the word bad, you have to use the word worse, right? So it's worse than Scary Movie. You don't say more worse, yeah? You say worse than Scary Movie. It is. What is the superlative for bad? It is the worst. It is the worst movie I ever watched. Right, good. Number 2, diamond. A diamond is hard. It is harder or more hard. You can say it is harder than mica or mica. Okay. It is the hardest mineral of all. Remember to add the word the in front of the adjective. Okay. Next one, number 3. Cynthia is a careful driver. She is carefuler or more careful? Yes, more careful. She is more careful than her sister. I forgot the word then. Okay. She is more careful than her sister. You have to add the word then because you're comparing two. Okay, Cynthia and her sister. She is the most careful of all new drivers. So you don't have to add est. Instead, you have to add the most careful. All right. Can you cope? Can you do this? Can you write? All right. You get it right? Okay. Number 4. Kate's marks are good. Her marks are, what is the comparative word for good? Better. Her marks are better than her sisters. You need to use the word then. Her marks are, if you're going to compare her marks to the rest of the student in the class, how do you say? Yes, good, better, best. Her marks are the best in her class. Remember to always add the word the in front of the adjective. It's very important, okay? Number 5, Mark is strong. He is, you're comparing Mark with Jack. How do you say? He is stronger than Jack. He is, what is the superlative for the word strong? He is the strongest boy I know. Good. Now let's move on to number 6. Spiro's Greek restaurant is fantastic. It is more fantastic. It is more fantastic than Paolo's place. It is the most fantastic. Very good. It is the most fantastic restaurant I know. Why? Because you are comparing Sparrow's Greek restaurant to all the restaurants that you know. So you have to add the word the and most. Right. The last one. Prices are high this year. They are higher than last year. You are comparing this year to last year. So you have to add the word ER and the word then. I mean, you have to add ER and the word then. They are ever. So you're comparing it to every prices for all the years. How do you say? They are the highest. Okay, and you don't have to use the word then. Now, do you get the entire thing? Okay, this is just a revision, right? So I hope you have you had a good revision today. I hope you remember, and the tips of where to add er, when to add the word then, where to add est, and whenever you're using est, remember that you have to add the word the in front of the adjective. All right. So I hope that you will have a good off day today. Enjoy your day and see you in your next class. Goodbye.